What's up, people? How are you doing today? I hope you're fine wherever you are watching this movies podcast. So for today's movies content, I'm gonna take you to the top 10 greatest movies of all time. These movies, they are movies that whenever you watch them, they always make their impact in you. From generation to generations, these movies are always there and they never get old. You might have your own list different from mine, but don't worry, drop your list in the comment section and we'll also take a look at them later on. So guys, for today's content, I'll walk you through these top 10 greatest movies of all time, from their producers to their directors to their main characters to the plot to the expenditure spent to the net profit, everything to know about this movie. Trust me, you will not regret spending your time here with us and you're gonna benefit a lot. So guys, be patient with me. Let me walk you through this content. Alright, let's go. Coming down to the 10 greatest movies of all time, rated by My Blockbuster TV channel. The first, which is number 10 on our list, is Braveheart. Braveheart, this movie was released in the year 1995, starting with Mel Gibson, who acted as William Wallace, the main character in this movie. Mel Gibson was also the director and the producer of this movie. The Braveheart total budget was 72 million US dollars, and in return it held over 213 million dollars. This movie was simply about how the Scotland fought for their freedom from the hands of the England. Now down to number 9 in our list, which is Commando. This movie was released in the year 1985, starting with Arnold Schwarzenegger, who acted as John Matrix. This guy was the main character in this movie. This movie was directed by Mark Lester and produced by Joan Silver. Commando had a total budget of 9 million US dollars, and in return it held over 58 million dollars. This movie was based on a man who did the impossible to rescue his kidnapped daughter from the hands of his foes. Coming down to number 8 of all-time greatest movies from our list here, we have Rambo. This movie was released in the year 1982, although it had some other franchise such as First Blood, which was released in 1982, Rambo First Blood Part 2 was released in 1985, Rambo Part 3 was released in 1988, Rambo Part 4 was released in 2008, and finally we have Rambo Last Blood was released in 2019. So coming to the budgets, the Rambo First Blood had a total budget of 14 million US dollars. Rambo Part 4 had a budget of 50 million US dollars, and Rambo Last Blood has a budget of also 50 million dollars, and so on. Then to their total in, the total in or total gross of the whole Rambo franchise was a total of 856 million dollars in return. So this movie was starred by Sylvester Stallone as John Rambo, and he was also known to be the director and the producer of this great movie. This movie was about a man known as John Rambo who was falsely accused and arrested, then brutalized by the local police officers in a town. Then later on, this guy John Rambo had to unleash his past, and his fury on these people so that he can survive. So that was what happened in this movie. Coming to number 7 of all-time greatest movies from my Blockbuster TV channel, we have Shawshank Redemption. This movie was released in the year 1994, starting with Tim Robbins as Andy and Morgan Freeman as Ellis Bond. This movie was directed by Frank Darabont and produced by Nicky Marville. This movie used a budget of 25 million US dollars, and in return it only held 29 million dollars. That is just $4 million gain. That was poor. This movie was plotted around a man called Andy who was sentenced to 20 years imprisonment for a crime that he did not commit. Then that was when he met this other guy called Red, who helped him to understand a lot of things about life and reality. Then to number 6 in our list here, we have The Lion King. This movie was released in the year 1994. It was focused on a young lion called Simba who was forced to leave his hometown by his evil uncle Scar after his father Mufasa was murdered. This movie has a franchise in 2019 that was focused on Simba's father Mufasa. But here we are talking about the one of 1994. Okay, it was directed by Roger Alice and Rob Minkoff and produced by Disney. The Lion King of 1994 used a budget of 45 million US dollars, and in return it yielded over 771 million dollars. That was a great one. And then to number 5 from our list, we have Citizen Kane. Citizen Kane was released in the year 1941, starting with Orson Welles, who acted as Charles Foster Kane, who is the main character in this movie. So this guy was also the director and the producer of this movie. This movie used a budget of 840,000 US dollars, and in return it yielded over 1.7 million US dollars. This movie was about the life of a wealthy publisher called Charles Foster Kane. Despite all the wealth and material things that he possessed, he never had a stable and successful relationship. Then to the number 4 of all-time greatest movie from our list here, we have Titanic. Titanic was released in the year 1997, starting with Leonardo DiCaprio as Jack and Kate Winslet as Rose. This movie was directed by James Cameron and produced by John Liddell. This movie Titanic used a budget of 200 million US dollars, making it the most expensive film ever made at that time. And in return, it hit a gross of 1 billion US dollars, also making it the first movie to reach the billion figure. This movie was plotted around two individuals who boarded the Titanic ship and they fell in love. Despite all odds, even after the ship sank, one had to sacrifice his life so that the other can survive the horror. Then to number 3 from our list here, we have Romeo and Juliet. This is a William Shakespeare story that was acted and released in the year 1996, starting with Leonardo DiCaprio as Romeo and Claire Denis as Juliet. This movie was directed by Baz Luhrmann and produced by Gabriella Martinelli. The movie used a budget of $14.5 million and in return hit $147.5 million. This movie was plotted around two teenagers who were madly in love, who were from two families that hated each other so much. Due to their families' dispute, there was a lot of impossible odds that stood as a barrier against their love. But at the end of this movie, it ended in a tragic way, where these two lovers they ended up killing each other. Finally, the two families united at the end of this movie. That was what happened in this movie. Down to number 2 of all-time greatest movies from our list here, we have The Sound of Music. The Sound of Music was released in the year 1965, starting with Julie Andrews as Maria and Christopher Plummer as Captain Trapp. This movie was produced and directed by Robert Wise. The movie used a budget of 8 million US dollars and in return it yielded a total of 285 million US dollars, giving it back over times 37 of the money spent on this movie. The movie was plotted around the captain family who had 7 children. They were so talented in music and singing. Then a sister was assigned to their home as a governess
to take care of these children. But fortunately, this sister, she was so talented in music as well. So this music thing that they all have, it drew them together. It drew her together with these children, and they all created a powerful bond. Finally, with the help of these 7 children, they were able to convince and they make their father Captain Trap to end up marrying Maria, who became their stepmother. And finally, to the number one of all-time greatest movie from our list, from the Blockbuster TV channel, we are giving you The Passion of Christ. The Passion of Christ movie was released in the year 2004, starting with Jim Cleversey as Jesus Christ and Maya Morgenstern as the Blessed Virgin Mary, who is the mother of Jesus. So this movie was directed and produced by Mel Gibson. This movie used a budget of 30 million US dollars, and in return it held 610 million US dollars. That is giving them over times 20 of the money they spent in the movie making. So this made the movie became the highest gross movie in the US and one of the highest gross worldwide. This movie was plotted based on the last 12 hours of Jesus Christ on earth as a man, beginning from the agony in the garden down to the crucifixion and death of Jesus Christ. So that is it, guys. That is it for the top 10 greatest movies of all time from my Blockbuster TV channel. Thank you all for watching.
Grazie como. Allora sa!
Thank you guys for spending your time with us in this movies podcast. I'm so glad that this movies podcast has come to an end, and I'm so sure that you enjoyed every minute of your time with us, and you have gotten to know our top 10 list of the greatest movies of all time. Don't worry about it. If it's not the same with yours, you should drop yours in the comment section, and we'll also take a look at them and we'll discuss about it later. So guys, thank you so much again. If you're watching this content, please don't forget to subscribe if you have not. Like, comment, share, support us with Super Thanks, and finally join our membership to get exclusive contents and get our contents on time before it goes viral. Alright guys, thank you so much again. Have a wonderful day. Take care of yourself and bye.